you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. And at the bottom, Three of Pentacles, it says action. So, I mean, they're both beautiful cards. You've got, this card about reaping the harvest, fulfillment, security after this hard work, substantial income, money. You've got the action card. This is, again, saying the same thing, like, having your hard work and your efforts being acknowledged financially. So you are receiving this month financial rewards after an extremely difficult time where you've had to work diligently to make something happen. So some of you had to go to battle for yourself. You had to stand up for yourself. You may have been in a legal battle. You may have been fighting for like a dream job. But because of your perseverance, because you did not give up, because you did not buckle, because you had the strength to persevere, you've won. It is over, it is finished, and you are now beginning to reap those rewards. Now, let's see what got you here. And put this over here. I'm slowly starting to learn what's best with our space that we have with some of the other signs. Okay, so another 9. It's always the Scorpios. Definitely look like all money, but no, not with Scorpios. They have to have the Lovers card with Angels of Commitment, 9 of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Swords, it's all about nightmares and fears and misfortune and trials, tribulations, unhappiness, threats, concerns. I mean, she's totally terrified. And then you've got this Queen of Pentacles. This is the Lady of Wealth, the rich woman, a woman who is highly intelligent, well-mannered, very articulate, extremely gifted, very business-minded, and legally savvy. This is you, Scorpios. And again, these cards are what has led to this situation. What has led to you reaping this harvest, this financial abundance that you have? Okay, so the piece with financial abundance. This card can also be about making a choice. It's mostly obviously about love because you have it's the Lover's card and you have these 2 angels. Some of you are twin flames. Okay, we'll come back to that. But this is also about a choice. So someone made a choice to threaten you. You see how she's running and she has these bats after her? These evil bats. So for some of you, this person who attacked you, so for those of you say it was a legal battle or some legal, for some of you it could have been a lawsuit, something that was settled outside of court, but it was this battle. And for some of you, it's like somebody was attacking you like this bat out of hell, this very dark person that for some of you, they did in fact threaten you. They harmed you. They did things to harm you. They did things to hurt you. But you ended up standing up for yourself. You stood up for yourself. You fought back. You went seeking help because you see she's like running in the other direction. She like came up to this wall. So for some of you, it was a person or a group of people. They were blocking you. They were harming you. They were threatening you. And you went in the other direction like, oh no. But the thing is, you didn't give up because you're a Scorpio. The last person someone would want to harm or threaten is a Scorpio because, typically if somebody's going to threaten someone, they're doing that to make the person go back in a corner and be quiet, sit down, shut up, color, and don't do anything. But you don't do that to a Scorpio because all that does is it makes the Scorpio angry and it makes the Scorpio come after them. Because a Scorpio doesn't back down. And a Scorpio, most logic-minded people think that, okay, if I threaten this person, they're just going to sit down. They're going to go in a corner. They're going to listen. They're going to allow me to intimidate them, control them, hurt them, harm them. But not a Scorpio. And a lot of people think that, maybe if I threaten them that they're going to lose their job or threaten them with things or even, it wasn't loss of life for some of you, but, loss of life. But those are things where Scorpio is death. Scorpios, they don't care if something dies. They actually love it when something dies because then they're the phoenix. They get to rise up and create new. So they'll be like, okay, really? You want to threaten me? Let's do it. Let's burn it down right now, baby, because I'm ready to build something better. So whoever, some of you it was multiple people, whomever did this wrong to you, this injustice, where it really was like because we're in the midst of a spiritual battle right now of light versus dark, good versus evil. You were coming from the light. You were coming from, if you're looking good, evil, you were on the good side. You were on the light side. You were doing the right thing. You were maintaining your integrity. This person, these people, they were corrupt. They were dark. They were evil. They were coming at you. But you stood up for yourself, Scorpio. You outsmarted them. You out-attorneyed them. And now you are the Queen of Pentacles, who is in fact reaping this harvest. Now, this is a twofold thing, because what they're saying is, for others, okay, for most of you, you have been very busy with this work, legal, monetary thing that you've been going through. But in the midst of it, it was okay for you to turn your back on love, because you did turn your back on love. You had this person, you were not married to them, you were not committed to them. They were, for a number of you, your twin flame, your twin soul, because you see these are, so for a number of you, they are your twin flame, because you've got these two angels. She's looking up, he's looking at her. They're not looking in each other's eyes. You were not committed. You were not in a marriage. You are twin. Okay, they are saying you are twin flames. They're pointing out the colors. She's in blue. He's in gold. And if you listen to my videos before, those are the colors of twin flames. And when their energies spiral together, because the female is the blue, the male is the gold, and when their energies intertwine together, those are their colors. So, you met your twin flame. You did. But you went running in another direction. You were just focused on your money. Now, you have this whole time been focused on your money. That's what's led to this monetary thing. But what they're saying is you're coming up this month where there's this reaping of a harvest, not only monetarily, but you're about to reap a harvest romantically as well. Now, in the past, you did turn your back on them. You went running. You were fearful they were going to hurt you. You were fearful. Some of you were hurt. Some of you were hurt. And you're just like, whatever. I'm out. I got to go. I'm going to focus on my money. I'm going to do me. And you've done that. But you have change on the way. They're saying you can't run it any longer. And I'm hearing some of you, I'm not the runner. He's the runner. Well, a lot of times when we think that it's them, it's actually energetically. Because if we aren't prepared to be vulnerable for fearing things, we will put up a wall. We will block it. That's what you were energetically. Now, the interesting thing is when I was shuffling these cards, this card came out. And this is the Two of Pentacles. Now, these cards, this is, what are your hopes or your fears? In your case, okay, you've got hopes and fears. So you have the Two of Pentacles. And you have Temperance, the Hermit, the Chariot. At the bottom of the Chariot, it says Angel of Guidance. Now, when I was shuffling the cards, the Two of Pentacles came out on its own. I was told to shuffle again. And then these two cards popped out together, the Temperance and the Hermit. So, the Two of Pentacles, this card it's about, despite what it looks like two kids having a great time. But this is about tremendous, great financial fortune coming in, financial abundance, inheritance, winnings, proceeds, a massive amount of money. It's also profound joy, fertility. And then you have the Temperance card, which is, healing, progress, reflection, adaptation, being at peace, being calm. The Hermit, which is all about that spiritual knowledge, that spiritual wisdom. Oh my goodness, there's some communications that have to happen. Then you have the Chariot. And this is, the light and the dark. And we all have light and dark in us. What is interesting with this? You notice the Hermit is in this dark robe, and here's a white horse. And you realize she is white, very, very white, like snow skin, next to the dark horse. So again, this is a twin flame. For some of you, it could be a twin soul. They were saying it's a twofold thing coming in for you. So your hopes are at this point manifesting. You do have this financial fortune, this financial settlement, they're all saying financial rewards that are coming in. You are receiving those. You have started to receive those, and for some of you, you will see them coming in this month. Now, what they're saying is you also, Scorpios, have this hope, this desire to now have and find your companion, someone that you can enjoy life with, someone that you can spend life with, someone that you can build something with, because Pentacles are building something on a solid foundation. You want that. You desire that. You're ready for that. But they're saying you are a tough nut to crack. You see, they're like on this walnut. Because the thing is, you want this relationship. You want your twin. You desire that. But the thing is, you have remained up to this point closed off to that. And for some of you this month, you're going to come to that realization that because you have not been open, because you had closed your heart because of being hurt, you were like ice, because she's like the ice queen. You kept him blocked out. If you look at these two. Now, him or her, feel free to change the story accordingly. Well, change the gender accordingly if it's your story. They're saying, though, that you are this ice queen. You've kept him blocked out. You've kept him out in the cold. Now, while he has been going through this spiritual awakening of his own healing, he has come to a wiser state. He is a better man. He has healed. He is ready. But you still got your back to him. You're like, nope, I'm over here just taking care of business, filling up my pitchers. I want love. I want to go play outside with him in the warmth. I want to go have him, but you know what? He hurt me, so I'm going to just keep doing me. Because Scorpios, although you have done a lot of work to release that, there are some of you that they're saying it's not going to be a big thing for you to heal and release. You're very, very close, because if you look, you see, she's not in 4 feet of snow, and there's actually flowers starting to grow. So, and you see the snow? Most of it has melted. The water is flowing. The water's not frozen. So you're not total solid ice. You're not totally blocking them off. You're warming up to the idea. Everything's, for the most part, nearly melted, but you've got these little patches that. So you're still holding on to a little bit that's keeping him from coming in. Just a little bit. So, because it is a twofold, they're saying, in March, your one hope is coming true. You've come into and or are coming into some serious extreme wealth in the month of March. Number 2, you want love. You want to share that with someone. The problem is to have that come in, this fear that you will be left in the cold, that you will be hurt again. You have not released that in order to have things move forward, but you want it. And a lot of you, they are saying that the reason those last patches have not melted, they keep saying the ice queen, because Scorpios, if you lie to a Scorpio, hurt a Scorpio, they're done. They won't ever have anything to do with you ever again, period. But for those of you that this message is for that are twins, you know you've had that instance where like, if he were any other man, ooh, I wouldn't have anything to do with him. Dirtbag. But you're like, damn it. I love him so much. What is wrong with me? Maybe I am bipolar. He's your twin. He's you. You're him or she. So you know that there's this deep love. You know that they love you. They have gone through tremendous healing. So in order for things to move forward, which is what you want, it will require this final coming into balance. You see how she's got these 2 pitchers of water? She's dumping water into the other one. You are very close to coming into balance. Very, very close. But there is some epiphany, some aha. For most of you, they're saying the epiphany aha is for you to realize, oh, I just have to do this last thing to let them in, and voila. 9. Okay. I guess we'll find out as we go. Now, as far as what the angels are recommending that you do. That's fun. So, we have free will. You can take the angels' recommendations or you cannot. However, if we take their recommendations, then we get this outcome that they are saying we will be receiving. And it does always make life a little bit easier. So, it was funny. I didn't look at these when they came out. I just put them down. And they came out together. And so the first one is you're going through some tough shit. And on the back it says, everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. You've been going through difficulties with that legal battle, that situation that you've been fighting for that is leading to that financial wealth that is that is coming your way this month, if it hasn't already. The card that came out with it was some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So this work thing is coming to the end. You are receiving massive blessings because of it, but they're also trying to bless you in love. So you're receiving twofold blessings: financial blessings, love blessings, romantic blessings. Don't block it, Scorpio. The next card you have is control. See how rigid he is? He's like, his fists are clenched. He's like, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to budge. I'm going to sit here. Rigid, cold. They're encouraging you to loosen up. Don't be so rigid. Don't be so cold. Don't be so cold. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, Scorpio. You've been fearful of being vulnerable because they have hurt you before. And you are terrified they're going to hurt you again. But they are not. They have changed. Allow them in. This card also reminds us that mistakes happen. We all make mistakes. You make mistakes. I make mistakes. They make mistakes. It happens. That's how we learn. But you have to let it go. Because they can't come in until you let it go. They can't come in until you let the wall down and you are ready and willing to be vulnerable with them. Because for those of you that this is your twin, they already energetically know where you're at. So if you're wondering, well, why aren't they calling me? Why aren't they showing up? Well, they're already totally in tap with you. They already know. So if you still have that little bit of that snow that's melting, you haven't completely melted that ice, you're not completely ready to be vulnerable and allow them in, you haven't completely let the past go of what they did to you, how they hurt you, well, they're not going to come in your direction. As soon as you let that go, guess what? They'll come in your direction. They don't have to physically reach out to you to know where you are, to know if you're ready or not. So the angels are encouraging you to let it go. Let it go. Open up. Also, let your worries and your fears, let it go so that love can come in. They're bringing money into you now. In March, they also want to bring love into you. And they don't want to just bring in any love. They want to bring in unconditional love. You have unconditional love. The Divine Mother at the bottom says, thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. You are deserving of this, Scorpio. Allow it in. They are bringing it to you. Now, some of you have a lot of doubt. You're like, how are they really going to pull that off? Well, for some of you, this situation that you're going through that's bringing you this financial abundance, well, they've pulled off some miracles with that. And they're about to bring you another miracle. You have expect a miracle. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for your miraculous intervention and healing energy, which has restored the health of. Now, for some of you, you are getting some physical healing. But this love situation, they are going to be bringing you a miracle. Now, it doesn't even seem feasible. It doesn't seem possible at this point. You're like, there is no freaking way. I haven't heard from Joe Schmo in 2 years. Release any expectations, any fears, any thinking it's not this. Just don't even worry. Just let it all go and know that God has brought you a miracle financially. God is bringing you a miracle romantically. And just leave it there. And they're saying, and let them take care of it. You don't have to do anything, Scorpios. You don't have to do anything. You've already done enough for the other side that's coming in. Now, that's why. Okay. They keep telling me that the nines, there's some significance. So this is a 9, you got a 9, you got a 9. Okay, that's your significance. So they keep saying 9, 9s are 3s, there's 3 9s. The significance of 3 9s is about an important relationship lesson being learned. So this month, you are learning a very important relationship lesson that is in fact going to open up to new things. So same thing when I was pulling these cards. This card came out first, which is the 5 of Swords. Then these 2 cards came out together, which is the 5 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, and then you have the Hanged Man at the bottom. It says Angel of Prophecy. So this card's all about having a massive realization. It's also about letting go, surrender, detachment, changing our perspective in order for things to transform. This is indicative of, a caterpillar going into a cocoon in order to transform and come out as the butterfly. Your life is at the point this month, Scorpios, where it is having a complete and utter transformation. Financially, romantically. The 2 things at one time. So, for some of you, The reason that the monetary stuff is also coming in this month, because these cards, these are your outcome cards. Oh. That's funny. So you have this Five of Swords, the defeated warriors, loss, betrayal, deception, these wounded warriors. Then you have the Five of Wands, being tested, having our strength tested, a challenge. It can be a battle of wills. You know, they're doing arm wrestling. And then this Nine of Pentacles, which is, you know, this conquest, this tremendous financial well-being, financial blessings. So for some of you, your perception. So you have been so focused on this battle, this challenge that you've had, this legal battle, this thing that you've been dealing with for quite some time that's bringing your financial rewards. Because you are putting your sword down, because you're no longer fighting, because for some of you, the reason it's continued to be a battle is because you've continued to be like, okay, I'm going to fight this. In March, for some of you, you're no longer fighting it. You're like, you know what? I'm done. That chapter's over. I'm not fighting them anymore. It's finished. And then, boom, this financial abundance pops. Now, the other piece of it is, okay, part number 2 of 3, they're saying, since you're no longer focused, because this is again changing your perspective, for so long you have been focused on this battle, this legal thing, this whatever it is that you've been fighting for. You have been so focused on that, love has not been able to come in. That's been your total, you've been honed in on it completely. Since your perspective, because again, this is going to be your outcome, in March, your perspective is going to change. You are no longer going to be focusing on this battle. You're no longer going to be having that as the center of your attention any longer. Because of that, blessings are coming in. Abundance is coming in. Now, these cards that they wanted me to see at the bottom, you've got the Prince of Chalices, which should be a princess. You got the Princess of Swords. You got the Six of Swords. You got the King of Chalices. So you're hopeful, you want love, you want romance, you'd like it to come in. You're looking for it, or you were looking for it, but again, you want it, but there's that snow, there's that coldness, because you're fearful. Oh boy, what if it doesn't work out? What if I get stabbed in the back? You've got all these worries spinning in your head. Meanwhile, he's ready to offer you love. He's ready to offer you love. The only thing you need to remove is the fears, the worries in your head. Let the ice melt. And then these hopeful dreams and daydreams and wishes that you have will be fulfilled. As long as you stop fighting it and let the wounds go. Because for a number of you, they're saying, because they did hurt you, they did betray you, they may have chose someone else, they may have ghosted you. Because these things that had transpired in the past, you feel wounded, you feel hurt, you feel like, oh my goodness. You're terrified of a repeat. You're also terrified of, they're saying, his patterns. Because what transpired in the past with the two of you, it was repeated patterns that he kept doing. He kept going in circles. He kept doing the same thing. You would give him a chance again. He pulled the same stunts over and over and over. You felt like you were stuck in the Twilight Zone. Like, is he going to get it right? No. And you're so afraid, oh gosh, he's going to do the same stuff again. Mr. Indecisive, wishy-washy, can't make up his mind. Not the same person. But the person's blocking it. He knows he's not the same person.